Namaste. My name is Jacqui and today I'm here to share with you a yoga class. This is a class that will keep your practice going, and we'll look at doing some of the different yoga poses that we don't often include in our practice. They won't be beyond anyone, and I will be giving variations for some of these new poses. So let's begin with some centering breaths. Rest the back of the hands to your knees and join up the thumb and index finger. Lift and alert the spine, rolling the shoulders back and down. Closing your eyes, bring your awareness to the natural breath and feel the natural breath arising and receding. In a moment, I'll suggest that you inhale deeply, and in doing so, get a sense of inhaling energy. So shall we begin? On your next incoming breath, inhale deeply, inflating the lungs from the base to the top, and get a sense of inhaling energy. On the exhalation, infuse that energy all through the body. Keep your chest lifted as you breathe out. For 2 more rounds, inhaling energy, exhaling and infusing that energy through the body. 1 more, inhaling energy and exhaling. Quietly open your eyes. With some arm circles to energize the body even more, inhale, raise the arms up and over the head, palms together, look up. On the exhalation, press out and down through the arms and hands. For 4 more cycles, inhale, raise the arms. In a big circular action, the palms meet above you. Exhale, float the arms out and down. And again, inhale, Urdhva Namaskar. As the palms meet above, look up. Exhale, float the arms out and down. And for a couple more rounds, inhale, reaching up. Each circle getting bigger and wider. Exhale, reach a little further away and down. And the last one, inhale, you're trying to touch the edges of the room. As your palms meet, you want to touch the ceiling. Exhale again, press out and down. Release. Unravel your legs and let's stand up at the top of the mat for some cycles of the half salutes. From the half salute, we'll do 4 rounds and then we can move into the full salute. Of course, if the half salute is where you are at in your practice, then stay with that. For those that have more experience, after 4 rounds of the half salute, we go straight into the full salute. So coming to the top of your mat, join the feet together in prayer position, draw up through the legs, lift through the chest and fold the palms together in front of the heart into Atmanjali Mudra. We'll take 3 energizing breaths again before we move to half salute. You will feel a little stiff because we really haven't done any asana yet in this session, but the salutes are what will create the changes in the body. And we'll start gently. So with awareness of the breath, inhale deeply again. Energy streaming into the body. Exhale and send that energy from top to toe. For 2 more cycles, inhale deeply. Exhale and infuse that energy through the body. And once more, inhale. Exhale. Opening your eyes a little on the slower side. We inhale, reach up to look up. On the exhalation, we're flexing from the hips, reach down. If you can't reach down so early in the session, keep your knees bent. More experienced, hands beside the feet. Go easy as you extend the body down and into the leg. Now bending the knees, take the right leg way back. Come up with the body, hands to the hips. On the exhalation, feel the hips moving down and forward. Yes, I appreciate we're feeling stiff. It's early in the session, but this is what's going to help the body give. Inhale, raise the arms up. Look up, palms together. Exhale, float the arms. Step the feet together, inhale. And on the exhalation, going deeper if you have that flexion or staying higher with the body, knees bent. Please work in accordance to your capability. Inhale, reach up. Look up, palms together. Exhale, float the arms. To the left-hand side, inhale, Urdhva Namaskar. Exhale, flexing from the hips, either knees bent or going to the full Uttanasana. Left leg back, hands to the hips, inhale. Exhale, feel the hips moving down and forward, yet the body remains tall. Inhale, reach up, look up, palms together. Exhale, float the arms. Inhale, stepping the feet together. Exhaling, hamstrings starting to give a little bit. Going deeper to Uttanasana. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, stand up and look up. Exhale, wide arms. And again, inhale, Urdhva Namaskar. Exhale into Uttanasana. Subtle changes starting to happen in the body now. Right leg back, hands to the hips, inhale. Exhale, hips moving down and forward. Inhale, reach up to look up. Exhale, float the arms. Inhale, step the feet together. Exhale, bow to the legs. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, press out wide. Number 4, inhale, reach up high. Exhale, Uttanasana. Body giving now. Right, left leg back. Inhale, tall with the body. Exhale, release the hips and groins. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, float the arms. Inhale, step together. Exhale, hamstrings giving in Uttanasana. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, press out wide. Continue with half salute if that's your practice. Full salute for those that are familiar and experienced. Exhale into Uttanasana. Right leg back. Inhale, hands to the hips. Exhale, hips getting lower. Inhale, reach up, arch slightly back. Exhale, we move to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward. Inhale, hands to the hips. Exhale. Starting to feel the changes in the body. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Moving with rhythm, with lightness, with grace. In, out. Left leg, in, out. With synchronicity with the breath, we in, we exhale into Adho Mukha. We in, we out, we in, we out. Right foot, in, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Keep going with flow, with rhythm. Right leg, in, out. In, exhale into dog. In, out. In, out. Left foot. Inhale, hands to the hips. Exhale. In, out. In, step the feet together. Out. In, and out. Couple more. In, and out. Left leg. In, out. In, exhale into Adho Mukha. Inhale into plank. Exhale chaturanga. In and out. Right foot. In and out. Inhale, arching further back. Exhale. In and out. In and out. Once more to the right and left. In, exhale, see how long the hamstrings are now. Right leg, in, see how low the hips go. In, see how far you can arch back. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Notice how low the heels are now in dog. In, exhale, chaturanga. In, spine feeling softer. Out, left foot. In, see how low the hips go. In and out. Inhale, feet together. Exhale, bow to the legs. In, reach a little higher. Out, press a little wider. Last one. Left leg. In, hips getting lower and lower. In, exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, exhale, in, out, right foot. Inhale, hands to the hips. Exhale, inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, inhale, step the feet together. Exhale, inhale, reaching up. On the exhalation, bring the thumbs to the eyebrow center, to the lips for truth, and at the heart center where we started. Close your eyes and let's finish with 3 quietening breaths. Inhale deeply. Long quietening exhalation. And again, inhale. Long quietening exhalation. And once more, inhale deeply. And long quietening exhalation. Lower the arms and hands, open the eyes, feel that energy circulating through the body. And that's what the salutes will do with the conscious breathing. We're getting the energy into the body. With the movement, we're moving the energy. So we're generating energy, we're circulating energy, and that's so unique with the sun salutations and the obvious changes that happen in the body. The first salute, we feel stiff and heavy, but through those cycles, evident changes happen. The next pose we're going to do is an arm balance called Vasisthasana. So we come through dog pose is the best way to approach Vasisthasana. So setting up for Adho Mukha Svanasana, toes curled under, hips back, as we stretch the arms out and forward. From here, as we do, we come to the knees, lift through the arms, inhale, and on the exhalation, bring the heels down into Adho Mukha Svanasana. For Vasisthasana 1, we lift the eyes and look between the hands. Place your right hand between the hands. Coming up high on the left fingertips, we look at the feet and we turn to the blade of the right foot. Now for a more conservative approach, you can keep your left foot on the mat. For the full pose, we bring the left foot on top of the right foot. Now we release this left hand, we need to lift the right hip away from the mat, but we're moving the right hip and the right chest forward. Raise the left arm to the vertical and look up. So we've got to keep lifting that bottom hip. Don't let the bottom hip drop, but rather lift. More conservative approach, we've kept that left foot on the mat. Then we look down, place the left hand to the mat, right hand to the mat, and we're back through Adho Mukha Svanasana. To the opposite side. We place the left hand between the hands. We come up high on the right fingertips. We turn to the blade of the left foot, keeping the right foot on the mat for a more conservative approach. Full pose, right foot on top of left foot. Now we need to lift the bottom hip, move the bottom hip forward, along with the bottom chest forward. Keep lifting through that left arm, and we raise the right arm to the vertical. It's a side pose. Looking down, replace the right hand, left hand, and we're back through Adho Mukha Svanasana. For those that want to move through plank and up face, we come forward to plank. Inhale, exhale to Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now Vasisthasana 2, but I've got a variation of it. Vasisthasana 2 requires flexibility in the hamstrings. Right hand again goes between the hands. Left fingertips like a cup. We turn to the blade of the right foot, but we bend the right knee to get the sole of the right foot flush to the mat. Now for a more conservative approach, we place our left foot to the inner right thigh. And you need to push the thigh to the foot. Don't push foot to thigh, push thigh to foot. Bottom hip forward, bottom chest forward, straighten out the bottom leg and raise the left arm to the vertical. So that's the half pose. Full pose, we catch hold of that left big toe. Raise the left leg to the vertical, squeeze out the bottom leg straight, bottom hip forward, bottom chest forward. If you can, look up. Release. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Dog pose almost becomes a resting pose as we get 4 foundation points back on the mat. To the opposite side. Left hand between the hands. Right fingers like a cup. Turn to the blade of the left foot. Bend the knee. Get the sole of that left foot flush to the mat. Right foot into tree. Push thigh to foot, or full pose. Catch hold of that right big toe. Raise the right leg to the vertical. Squeeze the bottom leg straight. Whoops, and you'll do it better than me. Look up if you can. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Dog pose again becomes the resting pose. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up face dog. Exhale, down face dog. Walking the hands to the feet, let's go to Padangusthasana. First and second fingers of each hand come between the big toe and the second toe, like a pistol grip. Our thumbs come forward into the mat in front of the big toes. We lean into the thumbs. The chest moves up and forward. Lifting the sitting bones high, we pull up through the thighs, inhale, and on the exhalation, we widen the elbows and bring the face down between the shins into the full hip flexion of Padangusthasana. Release the hands. Walk to dog pose. Adjust your dog pose to ensure the dog pose is the right length. Come to a short plank. Back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Moving with a little hamstring pose, we'll go through Parsvottanasana. Come up high on your right fingertips. Step the right foot between the hands. Hop the back foot tiny bit in. Extend the heel deeply away. Be on the fingertips and lift the chest. If you need bricks, accommodate yourself with a pair of bricks either side of the right foot. Lift the chest, extend the front of the body and square off the hips. Now we can stay here in Parsvottanasana. For those who wish to go a little further, we bend the right knee, lift the back heel, we take the bricks or the fingertips forward. Pivot from the back foot, spring up the back leg and come to Uttanasana on one leg. So we can stay here, the hips are squared, the chest is lifted. For those who'd like to stretch the right hamstring a little more, into Ekapada Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Walk the hands either side of right foot. Bow to right leg as you raise left leg as high as you can. Lift the head, bend right knee, step back through Parsvottanasana, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. To the left hand side, step the left foot between the hands. Hop the back foot a tiny bit in and extend the heel deeply away. Square off the body. Of course, use the bricks if you need that for your pose. Bend the front knee, take the bricks or fingertips forward, pivot from the back foot, spring up the leg and come again to Uttanasana on one leg. Stay here if you choose. Those going further, walk the hands either side of standing foot, bow to standing leg as you raise right leg as high as you can. Keep breathing. Bend the front knee, step back far with right foot, back to Parsvottanasana, hands to the mat, inhale, exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, come forward to plank, exhale, Chaturanga, inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Walk the hands to the feet. To finish this little dog pose sequence, Padahastasana. Bring the sole of your palms under the soles of the feet. Ideally, the toes come right to the back of the wrist crease. If that's not appropriate, just get the fingers under the toes. Now lean forward into the toes and pull up through the front of the wrist. This is a really good way to remove flexion from the wrist. If you've done a lot of arm balances, a lot of chaturangas, it removes that flexion of the wrists. Lift the head and chest, look forward, inhale. On the exhalation, widen the elbows and bring the face down between the shins into Padahastasana. Then slipping the hands out from beneath the feet, come down into a squat, into Malasana. Those with deep groins might be able to get the forearms to the mat. Staying with the hamstrings for a little more, we're going to go to our next pose, which is called Ubhaya Padangusthasana. There's actually a lot of Padangusthasans. Let me show you the full pose and then I'll give you an alternative one with the strap. So it comes from Dandasana, which is the base of all the seated poses. We bend up the knees, the arms come from the insides of the legs, and here's this pistol grip again, of which we catch the big toes. Now we lean slightly back, just enough to lift the feet off the mat. The key to the balance here is to lift the chest and to establish a push-pull action through the hands and feet. The feet are pushing forward, yet the hands and arms are pulling back. From here, as we maintain the lift of the chest, we lift the toes up to the height of the eyes. Ensure you maintain the lift of the chest as you then go to squeeze out the legs straight. Chest lifting with the push-pull action. Ubhaya Padangusthasana. For those that can't straighten the legs, we can use a belt. The belt goes across the balls of the feet and the arms come around the legs. We lean slightly back, just enough to lift the feet up to the height of the eyes. Push-pull action applies again. Squeeze the legs straight. Keep the lift of the chest. Ubhaya Padangusthasana. Establishing balance here as we lean slightly back from the sitting bones, but keep the spine lifted. If we drop the spine, then we'll feel like we're going to somersault backwardly. Bend the knees and release. Come back to Malasana. Malasana this time with your feet together. Often with the squat, we do it with feet apart in a duck foot position. That is a more accessible squat, but the traditional Malasana is with the feet together. Often people need to lift the heels slightly when the feet are together. Otherwise, they can't get any tilt of the body to come forward. Malasana is the base pose that brings us into our next asana, Bakasana, which is another arm balance. Have a watch at the full pose and then I'll show you some other options of doing it. So we actually lift the heels and we place our hands in front of us at shoulder width like we would at dog pose. Please note how my elbows are wide. My elbows aren't to the insides of the legs, but splaying wide past the shins. Onto the tips of the toes, I look forward. Can you notice how my shoulders are moving beyond the fingertips? As I look forward, my weight moves forward and my feet lift up. You've got to tuck the toes up behind the back of the hips, suck up through the soles of your palms, pull the navel to the spine, and we go up to Bakasana. To come out of the pose, just lean your weight back and release. Now, a more accessible way of doing Bakasana is to actually stand on a brick. The feet are together like the traditional Malasana, yet the heels are lifted. The knees splay wide, the elbows are wide, and we place our hands again in that dog pose position that we know so well, shoulder width, longest finger straight ahead. Please again notice how my elbows are wide. Do not look between your hands because you will not go up. You must look forward to a point that forms an equilateral triangle. Between the palms of your hands, the point that makes the peak of the triangle is where you look. Shoulders come forward beyond the fingertips. The feet get light, they lift up. And you've got to tuck the feet up tight towards the back of the hips. Suck up through the palms, straighten the arms as you pull up through your core, and there you are in Malasana. Look at that third point, that peak of the triangle. Lean your body weight back onto the brick. Now we've got that flexion of the wrist again, of which we can release in Padahastasana. Bring the soles of the palms under the soles of your feet. Lean into the back of the wrist crease. Pull up through the front of the wrist. Lift up through your arms, your chest, inhale. Those going further, widen the elbows, face down between the shins, and we're back to Padahastasana. Slip the hands out from beneath the feet, release. Last pose, this is Pajvabhakasana. Full pose. From the Malasana position, feet together, we bend the knees, but this time the knees are together. Turn to the right. Place your hands in dog pose. That means a lot of information. Look at that apex of the triangle. Don't look between your hands, look at the apex of the triangle. Bend your elbows. Your upper arm forms a right angle to your forearm. Look forward, foot forward. Can you see how beyond my shoulders are to the fingertip line? Then you've got to lift your feet up quick, and there it is in Pajvabhakasana. Release. Obviously to the opposite side. Now it can be done on a brick. So the brick is placed in the same way. You stand on it with the balls of your feet, knees are together. This time we're turning to the left, hands in dog pose. Look at the third point, which creates the equilateral triangle. Lean forward, shoulders beyond the fingertips, and tuck up the feet quick. See how my upper arm forms a right angle to the forearm. Release. And once more, stand on the palms of your hands. Padahastasana. A great way to release that flexion in the wrists. All right, rounding off now for our practice. Let's come down onto the backs. Easy, lazy twist. Bend the knees into the chest. Interlace the fingers behind the head. Elbows on the floor. Drop your knees over towards the right. Turn the head and chest to the left. Try to keep that left shoulder and left elbow down. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, over to the left. hike your knees up towards that left elbow as you work on keeping the right elbow down. Once more to each side. Inhale, knees up. Exhale, over to the right again. Don't be discouraged if those arm balances don't come for you. Go one. They took me many, many years. We need patience in yoga. Let's go to the left. Patience and consistency of practice is the key to success. So these short little videos we're making are an opportunity for you to practice without having to set aside hours to do practice. Just half an hour, you can get a great little practice going. Squeeze out your legs straight. We'll conclude with a couple of minutes of final relaxation. Let your body lie down in the complete horizontal position. Feet and legs flopped effortlessly to the side. Arms loose and limp beside you. Relax your face. Unclamp your jaws. Let your eyes become like liquid behind the closed lids. Take a big breath in. And on the exhalation, just let any residue of intensity drain out of the body. 2 more of the same breaths. Inhale deeply. On a long releasing exhalation, let any tension just drain out of the body and dissipate into the floor beneath you. Once more. Now mentally say to yourself, I feel energized, I feel vital, I am positive, I am peaceful. I feel energized, I am vital, I am positive, I am peaceful. Move the extremities of your body now in your own slow and lazy way. Bend the knees and roll effortlessly to the right. Come up to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. Lift the heart, bring the hands to prayer. Namaste, friends. Have a lovely day and thank you for practicing with me.